Good morning, students. In this second part of accessing data frames, we are going to use three methods of using acquiring a slice from a data frame, and one is ILOC, second one is AT, and third one is IAT. ILOC is an attribute of a data frame which is used to acquire data based on numeric indexing, not the level indexing which we have studied in LOC. And here the syntax for ILOC is dataframe.iloc, and we have got the start row index colon end row index colon step comma start column index colon end column index colon step. Now, a point to be noted here that the end row index and the end column index, in these, the values of this end row index and the end column index are not included in the slice. So it is similar to the slicing which we do in NumPy arrays. Now, here I have got a data frame which is having 4 rows and 2 columns, and we have these slices being created. First slice is basically a whole data frame. This first slice is going to give you the whole data frame where I can use various ways of acquiring these values. So, example is given is colon colon comma colon colon is going to give you the whole data frame. This is similar to colon comma colon and 0 colon 4 comma 0 colon 2, because there are 4 rows and 2 columns. I can use 0 colon 4 and 0 colon 2. Also, we can use 0 colon 4 colon 1 and 0 colon 4 0 colon 2 colon 1. The 1 is the step, because by default, if you don't provide the step, it will go to it will move by one step. Now, the next, this is the data frame which we are acquiring. The whole data frame is the slice here in this operation. The second operation, I am starting from index value of 1 and going to index value of 3. So here the index value of 1 is the second row, and 3 is the third, that is the fourth row, which is not included, which is because 3, the index value 3, which is having the row with average 45 and D, will not be included. We are going to get data from these rows, and I want to acquire all the columns. This column signifies all the column. You see the result as this 2 rows, very good and good. These data from these 2 rows are included in this slice. Now the next slice, which is basically 2 colon 3 and 1 colon. So 2 colon 3 is basically 0, 1, and this is the 2. 2 colon 3. So 3 is average, which will not be included. It's the end row index, which will not be included. So you're going to get data from only this row. Good. So what is to be acquired? Row that is column number 1 to the end, which is column number 1. Column number 1 is grade. Column number 1 is grade. So the row good and the column grade, the intersection is C. The results which will get is only C. The result is C. So this is the slice which we have acquired. This another example which I have given, where I have reversed the basically the row indices. Reversal of row indices. The column index, it will by default, if I also don't put also, it's okay. If I use it, this is also okay, and I'm going to get the rows reversed and columns the same order. You see here, okay, you can see here that the rows are reversed. And excellent, which was the first row, has become the last row, and average, which was the last row, has become the first row, and the marks and the grade are in the same order. This is the slice which is the reverse row based slicing. And the last one, which is the reverse column slicing, where I have taken the rows intact and reverse the columns, and colon colon minus 1 is going to reverse the columns, and you see the result here as the rows are in the same order as the original order, and the marks and the grade column have been switched. So we have got grade as the first column and marks as the second column. This is one example. From this data frame, I have created certain slices. Another example I'm going to give you with a little larger data frame, and where we have got 5 rows and 3 columns, and I have created some slices. You can see that these slices 3:1:. This 3:1:. If you see here, it starts from the index 3. Index 3 is 0, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So it is the fourth row, and it takes this fourth row and the fifth row, both the rows, and then the data is from the column 1 onwards. Column 1 is the name. So we'll get data from the fourth and fifth row, and starting from the name column. So Kim 80, Ray 65 is the slice which you have acquired from this. Okay, I think you have understood. Now the next slice which I am starting is uh, row number, that is row index 1 and column row index 3. Row index 1 is B, and it goes up to column in the row index 3. B, this is row index 2, and D is row index 3, which is not going to be included. So these two rows are included here, and the column index starts from 1 to 2. That means we have to get only the column number, this column index 1 to 2. It will signify that we are going to get only the data from name column. Its index is 1. The end index 2 will not be included. So the data which you will get is the two names Sid and Tom, because these two rows are having the name column comprising of data Sid and Tom. So I think you have got the point here, and I have now created data frame which is reversing both rows and columns. So this data frame is unique, and both rows and column have been reversed here. The slice comprising of the rows in the reverse order as well as columns also in the reverse order. And the last slice where I have used the rows are taken in a reverse order, but in the jumping state of 2. That means the E row will be included, and C row will be included, and last A row will be included. And the column starts from only two column is this marks, and we are going to get the data 65, 50, and 90. As you see in the slice result, the data is 65, 90, 50, and 90. Now this is how we use ILOC. I'll request you to practice this with your own data frames and try to acquire some subsets with your own questions. You create your own question and try to acquire a data set or a slice from the data set of your own, and then you'll have a better idea of how ILOC works. The second method I'm going to talk about today is DataFrame.at. DataFrame.at gives a scalar value, it is single value, which is the intersection of a row label and a column label. So if we see that 80 here, and I am passing a row label and a column label, and the intersection of the two, the data at the intersection will be given A and marks. A and marks is 90. So this is the slice we have got. And second one is D and name. D is this row, and name is coming as Kim. The result is Kim. This scalar value, it is not going to give you a data frame with more number of elements. It is going to give you a single element as a slice. And the next one is I80, which is similar to 80 but uses numeric indices. It is similar to 80, uses numeric indices, and I can see that from the data frame, if I'm using I80 0, 2, is going to get from the first row, and first row is 0, and the column index is 2. It is marks. The answer is 90, and similarly the answer is 90, which is depicted here, and similarly 3, 1. 3 is 0, 1, 2, and 3. D and the name is Kim. So the index 1 is name, it is Kim. So the answer is Kim. So this is how we can create slices from a existing data frame. And slicing is very important in data science because sometimes it is often required not to use the full data frame, which may be huge, and we get a compartment or a small pocket of the data frame and then analyze that data. Thank you very much, students, for patiently listening to this class, and hope you have understood the use of the ILOC, AT, and IAT. Meet you for the next class. Thank you very much.